Welcome, Supreme Team. So, I have a video for you guys, a couple of videos actually, along with some other juicy stories to tell y'all regarding Martell and this deal that he made with the Scott brothers to never tell. This first video I'm going to play, make sure that you pay attention to the subtitles on the screen, how Martell goes into this nervous scratching, and then Ariane goes into this delusion of grandeur, which he often does. Just watch the video, look at the titles, make sure that y'all are staying connected because I have some things that I'm going to share with you after this that's going to make this all make sense. Okay, we're connecting dots. So check this out.
So that's the reason I had to go the extra mile by coming on
But
live.
Martell,
And then
your show is the #1 show. Like, why that type of promo? Why not something more positive that y'all got
these
going
these
on?
bloggers
I don't
these
understand.
bloggers got to get something really good to talk
And it's
about.
been what 5 years now. Y'all still ain't seen me on that show. Like, it's
Yeah, yeah. That's unfortunate that you've been talked about for since the inception of the
I
show,
know
and
I
you
had
have
to
not
talk
been able to
about
make an
that girl,
appearance. You're
and it
right.
wasn't nobody on there that was going to shake it up. Like it wasn't nothing. It had to be. They had to use that girl. They didn't have that girl, so they had to just keep on using and playing and doing all the other extra stuff that they're continuing to do.
Dang,
But
somebody saying, "Are you?" Somebody said, "Are you pregnant?" Dang, boy, people say anything. Yeah, hey y'all, yeah, mess sells,
mess
drama
does
sells,
drama.
but we need to stop.
So I'm gonna stop it there, but I hope y'all were paying attention to how he started scratching her and the delusion of grandeur, which we all know. Y'all can look that up. It is associated with mental illness, seriously. So check that out. And when you read it, it is going to match up. I promise. I'm going to give y'all probably a definition or two here, but it's going to match up. She is very closely connected with someone who's attached to the show, and she sees herself, of course, as being the reason the show is successful, constantly saying, I'm the real star, y'all need me, those kind of things. Now, listen to this.
I can't separate reality and TV. He can tell me they edited like this all day long. It's a hard balance to separate. I can't separate what we do every day versus what plays every Saturday.
Now, she admitted that she is not able to separate her real life from what she sees on television as Martell and Melody. So, a lot of people, I had already shared with you guys that she had that baby out of spite. The second I heard her say that, I said, oh my God. If you guys went back to my old videos, I said, oh my God, she had that baby out of spite, which I think a lot of people already knew. It is no secret. I said, Ariane, literally, and this is, it might sound ugly, but it's fact. Ariane was so crazy, okay, so, caught up in trying to win, trying to trump what she believed Mel had going on, that she was willing to interject that baby to stop Martell and Melody, her baby, interject her son into what Melody and Martell had going on so she could truly break it up. We all know that because I even said she wasn't even smart enough to have allowed Martell to ink the deal, like finish that deal with Holt Manor and whatever he had going on with the 47 acres, so that at least she could have had a lifestyle later. If that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, how can you be that slow? But she is, child. She is. Now let's listen to this because this just proves it, okay? And look at the subtitles just in case you don't understand what she's saying because she's slurring her words here.
Just by the time y'all see it, it'll be hit no shit. She said, girl, you're slow. No, you're slow. Oh my God, y'all really think I'm slow?
Y'all really think I'm slow? And yes, a lot of people really do think she is slow. So we are about to get into all of this. But before we do, okay, if you are not a part of the Supreme Squad, become one, okay? Hit that subscribe button. Also, hit the notification bell. That way you don't miss any of my videos. Also, guys, make sure everybody hit the like and share, because that's how you will find me on YouTube, period. Okay, we want to make sure that we keep all of those great things going. But y'all, this girl is seriously delulu. So I said to you guys, this is the title of the video, the deal that Martell made to never tell on the Scott brothers, right? On season 5 reunion, he makes this statement after Carlos King says, "Do you know anything about Marceau or Maurice cheating?" Martell sits there with a smirk on his face. He has his hand over his mouth a little bit, like a finger over his mouth. And then he says, "I told you guys, I told y'all I was never going to tell, and I won't." That is what he says to the guys on stage, which really was an admission to, yes, I know things, but I'm not going to tell. He just says that blanket statement, and it seems to make, put Tisha and Kimmy at ease. But for everyone else watching, we're like, what kind of mess is this? And Carlos says, well, clearly you guys have a pact or deal not to tell. Well, the pact and the deal came from this, you guys. Y'all recall Ariane saying in these videos or audios that leaked that she never signed a legal release to be on Love and Marriage Huntsville after filming with Marceau and Maurice. So she never signed a legal release allowing her to be on the show. She actually went to the cigar bar, Marceau Cigar Bar. She sat at tables with them, her and her son. She said, "Oh, we got into a fight scene. I cussed Marceau out, yada, yada, yada." And when, the time was up for the camera crew, they jumped in their car and they left, okay? And she never signed a release. She admitted to that. Now, a lot of people have been, complaining and arguing. Now, I don't know what's going to happen in season 7. Let me just say that. But when all the rest of it was going on, I was like, this is not making sense whatsoever. These people are filming with people. It seems like more people would know about it, but little bits and pieces were coming out, being leaked to the blogs. Turns out she never signed a release. No release means that you are not going to be on the show. It is a legal contract that allows your likeness. She makes it seem like she knows what likeness means, like she went to a lawyer and spoke about it. Ariane constantly talks about her likeness. But if you don't sign a contract, girl, you will never be on any show, period, okay? But that is what she said. And Martell, y'all, made a pact not to tell any of the Scotts dirt in exchange for them sitting with that girl and pretending to film. Okay, I said it. Okay. Now, the other thing that happened, let that sink in for just a minute, because I know people are going to say that's crazy or whatever, but you have to remember Marceau and Maurice are the two people that knew Martell was cheating in the first place. And they still sat with their feet under Melody's dinner table and ate the food that she put on their plate and took whatever, offering she handed them, whatever opportunity she handed them. So that is not hard to believe. These guys are all tricksters at the end of the day, and they are doing their part and keeping AC in a complete state of delulu. Period. In a complete state of delulu. Okay. Now, she also said in one of the audios that it was Martell who told her that he would never let her on the show because he was afraid of what she would reveal. And in doing so, he thought that Melody would come after him, or more importantly, that Melody wouldn't let her guard down enough or wouldn't allow him back into her life, because those are all things that he's been pining away over or after. And that has been said by people, strangers from the show have come out and said, listen, I used to be a producer. This is what he used to tell the producers on set. I'm telling you right now, it is all fun and games, okay? She also said, y'all, this is another thing that I wanted to put out there, because when I told everyone that she had a publicist and that she was filming for, I think it was Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, I said, I think she has a publicist. Her and Martell are sharing the same publicist. Ariane was so angry and so bitter that she was not able to follow the instructions that her publicist or PR manager, whomever, her manager had told her. They asked her to go into Tasha K and to please sincerely apologize or make an apology. And she said that she couldn't. She said she was so blind with hate and bitterness for Melody Cherie that she could not get the words out of her throat. And she ended up, okay, spiting her own nose, okay? Cut off her nose to spite her own damn face, basically. She cut off her own nose to spite her face. Had somebody, you know, Martell, I'm assuming it was Martell because it was the people that work with him, but Martell's tried to set her up and she still couldn't do it, still failed. Even though she loves to call herself that girl, she's not that girl. She's never been that girl. But I wanted to let y'all know that this is the deal. Martell made a pact with the Scott brothers to never tell, and they did him a solid, okay, when all that went down, they did him a solid and actually filmed with this girl to make her crazy. And it is not a shock, again, because they did it with Melody, they'll do it with anybody, and it saves their butts too, because Tisha and Kimmy can live in their delulu, right? Period. Now let's listen to this other audio that I have wanted to show for y'all. 1 second.
Y'all, if they wasn't filming, I would have sent my son on vacation. Like, I would have, y'all. I promise I would have. Y'all won't see my son, but I would have seen him if they wasn't filming. I don't have no problem with that at all. I'm dropping him off, and I'm saying my son like raisins in his oatmeal. That's Ariana Curry. So y'all be thinking I'm somewhere sad and bitter. I'll get dropped off. Y'all crazy.
Right. So that was in 2022, following the Destin trip where Mel and Martell had did their vacation. Y'all remember that? And she was like, she kept saying in the video that she was going to drop her kid off and you can feed him his oatmeal and whatever else. And then Melody responded almost a year later, child. 2023, Melody had I won't say a back and forth, but she did respond to some BS that Ariane was talking. Someone had sent her some information and she got on live and said, listen, you need to, straighten up before I whoop your ass, little girl. I remember that comment. But the very next day, she had this to say to Ariane.
As for me and my children, we like steak and eggs, preferably with strawberries and sugar on top on the side. That's what we like.
Okay, so since you want to give breakfast orders, Melody's children like steak and eggs, preferably with a little strawberry on the side, okay? You weren't allowed to spend the night, so when you drug yourself back over the next day, you make sure that you hook the babies up. Feel me? But Melody had that little, back and forth with her. Let her know, bitch, you ain't running anything over here in regards to who's really making breakfast. It's always been you, the maid, okay? And as Martell said on the Tasha K interview just recently, I believe that was in January, he don't really know Ariane like that, even though they've been together for 10 years, intimately, even had a child together. 10 years isn't a long time to know each other. He doesn't know her that well yet. So yeah, that is what I wanted to put out there, because Ariane kept saying that her child would have been on vacation. And I told y'all that was crap that Martell was feeding her so that he could go to Destin, him and his mama. But we're not going to forget the post that Melody had made on Facebook when someone asked, now, okay, they added her, we want to know the tea on this family vacation with Slow Slaw. She said that her baby was supposed to go, but she did not want him filmed. And Mel responded, no, ma'am, this was my trip. I was planning with my kids and I only, and they talked Mel into filming, but Mel had paid for that trip, okay? She said, my kids and I only, and I offered a courtesy to Martell that he could attend along with his mother. No mention Okay, let me get this banner down. No mention or discussion of any extra parties. But here's the real gotcha. Let's say that Martell did show up with his youngest son. How quickly do you think he would have been kicked out of that house? Camera's not filming a damn thing, because it doesn't take anything to say, no, it's not going to happen. Get yourself on back in your car with all the baggage that you came with, including your mama, and go. Period. No filming, no nothing. She could have said no. It was never going to happen. There's no sneak attack in that situation. Whatever they thought they were going to do, not going to happen. I still believe that Martell is just a bold-faced liar who is trying to juggle the life of a woman who he keeps in delusion, and she buys it. Hook, line, and sinker, period. But y'all can let me know what y'all think in them comments. I just wanted to play those videos for y'all and let y'all know exactly why Martell said he would never tell the Scott brothers' secrets, okay? Now let's move on to something positive. Let's talk about Miss Shakari Richardson, okay? She actually got a deal. They're saying it's $20 million with Nike. She is going to be the new representation for a new line. Let me get the actual name of this line, y'all, because I might say it wrong. I think it's Jacquemus. Jacquemus is the name of it. And it's supposed to be, so you see that little swoosh that she's holding? That's an actual purse. That's like a bag. And this is a new line that Nike has put out there, and they want her to be the face of it. So they're saying that this is supposed to run starting in February, and they said that it's going to start. You can purchase it on the apps in March 5th. Now, some of the articles that I've been reading is different, but they're saying that this contract with Nike is supposed to run all the way through 2028, and it's supposed to be at least 20 mil. Congratulations to Shakari. I know all of the mud that was sling against this girl when she was going through a tough time, and people were trying to take her talent away from her. She made a bad decision as a young woman. That's life. We make bad decisions and you move on. And she has really moved on. Beautiful young lady. Congratulations to her. She's really getting a bag. So y'all can let me know what y'all think about that. We are also going to talk about this young lady who's getting the bag. Teresa Johnson, aka Risa Tisa, who made headlines. Last month, February 14th, she started dropping these videos about her ex-husband, her and her ex-husband. And she basically said, listen, this man that I married, I really didn't know. It was intoxicating to have him pay my household bills and have me put some money in my pocket. But she let everybody know, yeah, you calling me a fool, I'll be that. Well, now she has been signed to the most influential talent agency in the country called CAA. So congratulations to her too. That is absolutely amazing. And I hope that what Risa Tisa did, Teresa Johnson did, will open up more doors. And I could not be more excited that it happened to a Black woman, okay? Legion, or whatever you call yourself, I think his real name is Jerome. I know that he is pissed, okay? He did an interview on a YouTuber's channel that was absolutely hysterical. If you guys did not get an opportunity to watch it. Anyway, if you guys missed that interview on YouTube, just put it in the search bar, Legion, aka Jerome, and you will find it. It was probably 2 hours long, and you can really tell that he does suffer from something, okay? When you hear Risa Tisa tell these stories about how she kept just getting, you know, deeper and deeper into that rabbit hole of lies, it makes you wonder how she did stay on the wagon for that long. However, she provided a very interesting and entertaining story on TikTok. And right now, she is signed to CAA. She's also a writer, by the way, so she is an excellent writer. You guys, let me know what y'all think about this story in the comments. And let's move on to this last story. Peter Thomas had a $9.1 million default judgment against him for unpaid rent, bar one in Miami. Peter said that they will never see a dime. Y'all know when Peter comes on to his IG stories now, he's usually laying down or looking sad. He has a lot going on. The expressions in his face let us know that he has a lot going on. But now we know. Last month in February, this judgment was, put against him. And I don't know. I don't know what Peter has going on, you guys. Y'all can let me know. It seems sad that he's in this state right now. And it's always with money. Peter always has something going on with money. But apparently he was late in 2019. It said that he was evicted last year in 2023, late with rent in 2019, evicted in 2023 for unpaid rent. Before the eviction, Thomas had plans to separate the upscale supper club named Society One and turn it into a $3 million project. Let me make sure I'm reading this correctly. But anyways, it says that he owed Society $6.1 thousand in rent, and in addition, he had failed to produce some other some plans that he had made with the tenant. So it looks like he was trying to do some sort of additional things with this group. So 9.1 million seems excessive. I don't know how they got here, to be honest. Over 9 million over a never opened. Okay, so this restaurant was never opened in Miami. So he owed back rent on one and then he never opened another. And so they said that they plan to spend $3 million on the project, and it looks like he possibly ended up taking someone for a ride. That's what it sounds like. Someone went for a ride with Peter Thomas. They started making some investments that he couldn't make good on, and now he owes them 9.1 million when it's all said and done. It looks like that this ride has been going on since 2019. Yikes, Peter. Damn, that is a lot of money. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, okay? Make sure that everybody talk to me in those comments. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not a subscriber already. Hit your notification bell, share the video. That way others can find me here on YouTube. I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me, and I will see you all on the next one.